Okay, so picture this. For 7 straight years, a trader goes through absolute hell. We're talking blown accounts, constant losses, just crushing self-doubt. And then, in 1 year, everything flips. What we're gonna do right now is boil down those 7 years of brutal truths into the next 5 minutes.
Because after all that struggle, this happened. Over $1 million in profit in just 1 year. So the question is, how? And look, this wasn't some lucky break or a magic formula. That number is the direct result of a massive shift in mindset.
And that's really the whole point here. The success wasn't found in some secret indicator or a perfect strategy. Nope, it was forged in the fire of failure. The lessons learned over those 7 painful years, that's the real secret.
I mean, just look at the contrast here. It's night and day. For 6 long years, it was nothing but blown accounts and pain. That was basically the tuition paid to the market. But that 7th year, that was freedom. The kind of freedom where you walk into a restaurant and you can order whatever you want without even looking at the price.
So this gets us to the big question, right? Everybody wants the results, but are they willing to pay the price? And the real price, it's not just money. It's about completely rewiring how you think about winning and losing. So let's break it down.
All right, our first principle. And this one's gonna sound totally backward. Forget about mastering winning for a minute. The real foundation of long-term success is actually becoming a master at losing.
You really can't get more direct than that, can you? Taking a profit is the easy part. Anybody can get lucky on a trade. The real skill, the thing that separates the pros from everyone else, is knowing how to take a loss the right way.
And here's the mental flip you have to make. A loss is not you failing. It's not a reflection of who you are. It's just a cost of doing business. It's the price of admission you pay to the market to learn and get better. That's it.
And here's that difference in action. The amateur ties their ego to their profit and loss statement. Every win is a high, every loss is a crushing defeat. It's an emotional roller coaster. But the pro, man, their ego is nowhere near the trade. For them, a loss is just data. It's objective information they can learn from.
Okay, so if losses are the cost of business, what about profits? Well, turns out they're not free either. You've got to pay for those too.
This is such a powerful way to think about it. You don't just get profits, you rent them. And the payment isn't money, it's discipline. And guess what? Rents due. Every single day, no exceptions.
You know the story, right? This is that classic get-rich-quick dream. The amateur wants to hit that home run, to gamble their way to $1 million. But this desperation to win big is exactly why they blow up their accounts.
The professional knows the only path that actually scales is protecting what you have. Before you even think about turning $100 into $1 million, you have to get really, really good at not losing that first 100. Because if you can protect a small account, you can manage a big one. It's the habits that scale, not the luck.
So what does that rent? What does that daily discipline actually look like? Well, it looks like these 7 habits. And let's be honest, it's the boring stuff. It's journaling, reviewing, managing risk, controlling your emotions, actually following your rules, focusing on just 1 or 2 things, and just showing up every single day. No magic, just relentless consistency.
And this is what it looks like in practice. Notice, it is not about being glued to the charts 24/7. It's a structured, almost boring routine. Most of the work happens in preparation and review, away from the charts, so that when an opportunity does show up, the execution is calm and totally decisive.
Okay, so this leads to a really critical idea. If success is all about process and discipline, whose process should you be following? Well, the answer is your own.
See, you can't just go online, find some guru strategy, and expect it to work for you. It just doesn't. Why? Because you don't have conviction in it. You haven't done the work to prove to yourself that it actually works. The only edge that will ever last is the one you build for yourself, brick by brick.
So how do you build that personal edge? It's all about simplifying. Or maybe a better word is deleting. Instead of adding more indicators, more strategies, think about what you can get rid of. A truly great strategy is one you can explain in 3 sentences. You just have to double down on what works for you and be ruthless about cutting everything else.
And finally, let's pull the camera way back for the big picture, the philosophy that ties all of this together. To really succeed, you have to understand what kind of game you're actually playing.
Think about it, right? A finite game, like football, has fixed rules. You know who the players are, and there's a clear end where somebody wins and somebody loses. But trading, man, that's not it at all.
The players are always changing, the rules evolve, and there's no finish line. You can't win trading.
So if you can't win in the traditional sense, what's the point? What's the actual goal? It's simply to keep playing. Winning an infinite game means you protect your capital, you manage your downside, and you avoid that one big mistake that takes you out of the game for good. That's the bottom line right there. The legendary traders aren't the ones who never lose, because I promise you, everyone loses. The legends are the ones who endure. They're the survivors who just stayed in the game long enough for their discipline and their edge to compound into something incredible.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Are you chasing that short-term thrill of winning a single trade? Or are you building a disciplined, repeatable process that will allow you to survive and thrive for years to come? Because the answer to that question makes all the difference in the world.